I have been picking up on this couple, and they're a karmic couple, so meaning unhealed, and doing spell work, some sort of spell work, word magic, mouth magic, whatever you want to call it. But they have been attacking you, and the feeling that I'm getting is that so this couple, you were either with the male or the female, like in a high level relationship or married to them or whatever. And they used to be married, and there could be a child involved where they're sharing custody with a child or something like that. And it doesn't have to be, but that's what I'm picking up. And so the opposite parent, whether that's, I don't know your situation, so whatever, if it's at the male or the female, switch and flip the roles, however it is for you. One of them basically came in between you and the person that you were with, right? So for example, if it was like you and your husband were married, and the ex-wife that they were sharing custody with a kid or whatever, they basically sabotaged your marriage and you guys split up. Well, they did that intentionally, and they were both in on it, and they were doing spell work. And when you guys split up, they continued to spiritually attack you. So that is the message that I'm getting, and that is the overall energy that I'm getting. So we're going to see what else spirit wants you to know. And, only take this if it resonates. It is a general collective reading. So if it doesn't resonate, it's not your message, and that's okay. So welcome to Don't Know to Fit In. I'm Maggie, and I'm very glad that you're here. All right, we're going to start off with what's the gossip cards and figure out what's going on. All right. What is Spirit, what do you want the collective to know for their highest and greatest good? These two want to come out. Oh, yeah. All right. So we've got let it go and cuffing season. Spirit wants you to let go of any kind of emotional baggage, grudges, stuff like that. Forgive yourself and just like free your heart. We do have cuffing season. And if you're watching this in real time, it is October. So it's right on time. But someone is in a temporary relationship and just kind of wants to boo up for the winter season. That's either you or this person that we're talking about, the person that did this to you, that came in between you and your spouse, or the person that you're in separation with. But it is a short-term relationship, right? They're going to boo up for the winter, and then come spring, they're going to be like, bye. We also have mirror, mirror. So this is a call to face, to just reflect, right? Self-awareness, what you see is you. So when you look in the mirror, or when you get upset with someone else, what you're really seeing in that other person is something that needs to be addressed in you, if I'm making sense there. So like if someone really pisses you off, and what Spirit is saying is like there's a need for you to kind of look at why that person's pissing you off, and is it something that maybe you need to heal? So facing yourself and others, reflective relationships, or like looking at this past relationship, you're like, what did I do wrong back there? And maybe there's still some healing that needs to be done from your past relationship. We've got retirement goals, long-term stability, future planning, relaxation learned, and living the dream. So yeah, many of you are just focusing on your long-term stability and what's making you happy in your life. And you earned it 100%. That's awesome. All right, Spirit, what else? Yeah, you got a glow up here. We've got the glow up card and the big break card. Your career is making a huge turn. A big major opportunity is coming. A big break here. Yeah, look at this life-changing moment. This is it. And your glow up. Y'all are going through a glow up. This is awesome. This mirror, mirror, and let it go. It feels like many of you have already done this. And that's why you are in this glow up energy and this big break energy, because you've done the work. You've released the grudges. You have emotional freedom. You've forgiven yourself. You've forgiven others. You have really done the inner work and realize, you've done that work and realized like, hey, I had some work to do too. I had some healing to do too. And now you're in this beautiful energy here. Look at this. You're working on your retirement goals. You're glowing up. You've got a big break coming. You're working on your long-term stability. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love this. This is great. This cuffing season, if this is not the past person's energy, just be careful with the short-term relationships here, the temporary relationships, because if you're just with someone because of cuffing season, because you just want someone to cuddle through, the winter, I'm not really sure that that's the right way to go about it. I mean, I don't judge. I'm not here to judge anybody, but just make sure that other person knows it's short term, right? So if you guys are in an agreement that, hey, this is just going to be a short term thing, then there's nothing wrong with it. But if you are giving someone else the impression that it's going to be longer term, then obviously that's not being honest, right? So let me get another card on cuffing season, Spirit, please. Let me get more on cuffing season. I don't feel like that's your energy. I feel like this is this other person's energy. This could be what they did to you, or what they're currently doing to someone else right now. Like they just want to boo up for the winter. Yeah, we've got the breaking cycles card. Ending harmful patterns, freedom from, you're breaking karmic cycles. Yeah, you no longer are putting up with any of this. You're like, no. So this is something that they did in the past, and you're like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm focusing on me, my healing, my future, my stability. Yeah, you're focused on yourself and your healing, and that's awesome. Okay. All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know? Yeah. What else do we need to know? Yeah, you the generational curse breakers out here. And that is not easy to do. Yes, you realize it's just you versus you, right? Your only competition is yourself. You just want to be better than you were yesterday. That's right. You're not in competition with anyone out here. You're just growing. You are focused on your personal growth. That's amazing. That's right. People around you could feel like they're in competition with you, but you're like, no, I am healing, and I just want to be better than I was yesterday, and that's just it. Yeah. That's it. You versus you. Me versus me. All right. Can we get one more, Spirit? Ooh, you out here making money moves. Making smart money decisions, strategic investments. You're building your wealth, and you're making your money work for you. That's awesome, which is why we have the retirement goals here. Yeah, absolutely. Part of breaking cycles too. You could have had this cycle of lack mindset in your family or your ancestors, or you could just like generation after generation after generation is just being poor or in lack or whatever. You could be the first person to go to college in your family, your generation. Be the first person to have a certain level of your whatever your career is, or to actually have money in your savings account, or whatever that is. Whatever you're doing, you're making really good money moves. You're having a big break and a glow up, and you're stable, and it's really fantastic. And someone is super triggered by this. Someone out here is super triggered. Who's triggered? Ooh, we got spilled tea too. Someone's triggered and there's secrets being exposed and gossip. People are out here talking. All right, let's get more on this spilled tea and triggered. Feels like who's triggered is this couple that went against you, that spiritually attacked you, that still is spiritually attacking you, that planned whatever that planned this, break up your marriage, break up your relationship. They're triggered because they did not want this for you. They didn't want you to have a glow up. They didn't want you to be stable. They didn't. No. Okay, Spirit, let's get a little bit more here. Why are they triggered? Why are they so triggered? Yeah, it says, why does this bother me? Why is your glow up bothering them so badly? They don't like their secrets being exposed. They don't like people gossiping about them. Well, they tried to silence you, number one. What else, Spirit? Whoa. You were the test. You were the test for these people. Yeah. You were the test. You were an earth angel, or you could resonate with being an earth angel. It doesn't matter your gender. This is energy, male or female, or otherwise. You were the test. Let's get one more, please, from this deck. They played themselves. Trying to play you, they played themselves. Doesn't feel like they passed this test either. Yeah. Okay, put that away. All right. Tell me more, Spirit. What else do my true seekers need to know for their highest and greatest good? Yeah, they cannot silence you. None of you work for God. You work for Spirit, and you decided to heal. Yeah, you're supernatural. You're also immortal. You're speaking your truth out here, and you're breaking cycles. What else, Spirit? They did not expect you to heal, to let things go, to forgive, to move on, to heal emotionally, spiritually. And they played themselves. Okay, Spirit. What else do we need to know, please? Okay. We've got compassion, yeah. Empathy, kindness. This is number 14. You had compassion for these people, even though they preyed on you. And I don't mean P-R-A-Y, I mean P-R-E-Y. They preyed on you. And they deceived you. They backstabbed you. They did awful things to you. They did. And you forgave them anyway. You were empathetic towards them. You had compassion towards them. And they did not expect that. That's also triggering them. They expected you to be the unhealed version of yourself. They expected you to be triggered. They expected you to be in this energy here, like super triggered, but you weren't. You were compassionate and you were kind. You respectfully and gracefully removed yourself. And you were like, hey, I'm just gonna silently go heal, cut these people off, You were divinely guided to do this. You were. All right. They did heavy spell work on you, or spiritual, like whatever it is, gossiping, or I am getting spell work though. Spirit, can you tell me? I just saw the Seven of Swords. Can you tell me what kind of spell work was done? Or what is this gossip? What is this triggered energy? Just tell me more about this, please. Yeah, like they did stuff like they wanted you to lose your job. They wanted you to not be stable. Yeah, they wanted you in lack. They wanted you broke. Really, if you, whatever's like going on in their life, like if they lost their job, they wanted you to lose your job. You know, if they're not stable, they wanted you to be unstable, stuff like that. But tell me more, Spirit. That's the energy. That's the energy I'm feeling. But Spirit put you in their life to wake them up or to help them heal, or just to see how they would treat an earth angel, to see how they would treat you. And they ganged up on you and they treated you really badly, and you were their test and they failed and they played themselves. They didn't know who they were going up against. They didn't, and now they're triggered. Spirit, can you tell me more, please? Yeah. What did they do? The Death card. They could have done this type of spell work. They wanted everything to end for you. Okay? They didn't want anything to work out for you at all. Nothing in your life to work out for you. Wow. Anything else, Spirit? That's terrible. And you had, look, this is you. You had compassion on people who were horrible to you. Horrible. They wanted this for you, and you had compassion for these people. Just look at this. Their energy, this is what they wanted for you, and this is what you had for them. Compassion. And now they're triggered. They're triggered because you're in a glow up, because you're making boss moves out here, because you're just focused on your healing, because you're getting a glow up and a big break in your career, and you're breaking cycles. Okay. And meanwhile, they try to silence you. They need to be mad at themselves because they played themselves. Hurting you hurt them. What else did they do? Tell me more. We've got the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Wands. So they wanted you to be confused and like just all in an illusion. They also wanted to just be able to come in and out of your life, and they just wanted you to be confused. They also wanted you to be confused about your creativity, about your purpose, what you're doing in life. They didn't want you to know that they were a player. Tell me more. What else did they do? Yeah. Well, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed and the Hangman reversed. They didn't want to see your side of things at all. They did not want to see your side of things. And they really they could have left you hanging for a very long time. You could have been in a stalemate with this person. Yeah. A lot of false promises as well. A lot of false promises. They didn't follow through with what they said that they were going to do. Whatever that means for you. They didn't follow through. I'll give you an example. If you were separated with this person and they said that they would file for divorce, they never did. They just they just strung you along. And they were like, oh yeah, we need XYZ to do this. And if you gave them that document or whatever, they just made something else up and they just strung it along and strung it along and strung it along. Yeah. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Four of Swords and the Death card. They did not want good things for you. They didn't. And that's just the truth of it. Okay, what else, Spirit? Knight of Pentacles. They could have done this spell work and this just manipulating energy for a very long time. Yeah. Also because the Knight of Pentacles can kind of be like logical. I'm getting that they could have messed with you, like with your they could have done like mind magic. They definitely manipulated your energy though. Okay. Get a couple more, Spirit. Yeah. Yes, they did. They messed with your mind big time. A lot of manipulation. They're also watching you on like social media or something like that, maybe fake accounts. Yep, they watched you to see if it worked. They wanted you to react very emotionally. Maybe in the past you would react emotionally, or maybe you were a victim of reactive abuse. Like they would just irritate you and irritate you and irritate you until you lashed out emotionally. But you've gotten to the point where you are emotionally balanced and you don't do that. You think logically now because you've healed that. And you have more compassion now, right? With this compassion card. And more empathy. And you just decided, you're like, okay, if you want to be a player out here, go be a player. I want nothing to do with you. Yeah, you have more patience. You have more patience, and you decided to go within. And you did healing. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm going to get a couple initials here. Feeling called to do that. Get some initials. Okay, we have, let's see. Well, we have EX. We have AL. Someone's name could be Al. We have AD. We have Dan, DAN. Someone's name is Dan. We have GD. GL. We have Dex. Someone's name could be Dexter. Or someone could really like to watch the show Dexter. We have Anne. Someone's name is Anne. Someone's name is Nadine. We have NAD. We have GAL. Gallagher. First or last name could start with GAL. We have XE. We have DNA. Be someone in your family that was doing this to you or is doing this to you, or someone who you thought of as family. This could be in-laws or ex-in-laws, or someone that you were married to, or high level of commitment. It could be someone actually in your family that was doing this to you or is doing this to you. We have LA. Someone is from LA or Louisiana. Let's see. We also have Delaware, DE, Delaware. We have Lang. We have Lang. Someone's last name could be Lang, Lange. We have, let's see. We have Ned, Ned. Someone's name is Lee. Someone's name is Lex. Someone's name is D. We have the word land here. Just take that as it resonates. Someone owns land. Someone you could share land with. Definitely someone's ex, because ex is here. Okay, that's what I'm getting from the letters. Again, just take this if it resonates, okay? All right, what else do we need to know, Spirit? What else? Let's get advice for the collective. Let's get advice for the collective, please. Okay. See advice. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Keep doing you, collective. Keep doing you. You are looking real good out here. Yeah, with your glow up and just working on yourself and standing on your own 2 feet. Yeah. There's peacock energy out here. Because you are looking so good out here and you're in this Nine of Pentacles, I mean, some people could think that you're in your ego, but you're not. You're healing. You're healing and you're self-sufficient and you're breaking these cycles and you're being compassionate. You understand that some people are just not healed yet and they did not pass this test. You were the test for them and they didn't pass. So they're karmic and they are triggered, so they need to do their own healing, and you understand that. You just stay in this Nine of Pentacles energy. You keep healing, you keep staying in your glow up, keep going towards your retirement goals, keep making those boss money moves. Yeah. Keep working on yourself, doing the inner work, releasing grudges, or keep doing the emotional work. You're looking real good out here. Mind, body, soul. Okay, what else, Spirit? Yeah. You're being blessed because you did the work. Yeah, absolutely. 7 of Pentacles. You're investing in yourself, and that's why you're being blessed. These pentacles, they're apples in this deck. You're getting your apples, your golden apples, because you put in the work, okay? When you were called by God, by Spirit, by universe, you answered the call and you did the work. and you resisted the temptation and you went within and you worked on yourself. That's why you are being blessed. That's why you have this glow up. That's why you got all these pentacles, all these gorgeous apples. You have the golden apples because you did the work. And that's just the truth. And I bet you share those apples too with people who deserve it. What else, Spirit? What else is the advice? Keep investing in yourself. That's what Spirit's saying here. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Because you deserve this. And don't let anyone tell you any different, okay? You deserve this. Because you were compassionate. You were compassionate when they were being so mean to you. When they were doing you so dirty. You were still compassionate to these people. You were. All right, Spirit. Let's get a little bit more advice and we'll close it out. King of Cups. Yeah. This says God of Medicine. You're emotionally balanced. Yeah. That was part of your test, was to balance your emotions. Look at that. It's beautiful. Stay grounded, stay emotionally balanced, keep working on yourself, keep investing in you, collective. Yes. And stay compassionate, stay kind. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, this was your message. I hope that it was helpful. Remember, don't dim to fit in, shine bright, and live true. If this resonated, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help the channel. I want to get these messages out to everyone that needs to hear them. Bye.